we going to be jumping into the Honkai Star Rail launch show that we missed last night because time zone got funky. And once this is done, we will be hopping into the game itself and actually trying it ourselves. So, fun times ahead. So, let's figure out what exactly are they doing for launch. And, because I saw they had like 900 tweets. I didn't really pay attention to any of them, so I don't know what was now, but it seemed like it was a lot. So, let's do it. Let's jump in like always. Go to you, Godspeed, and let's hop a train. So, what do we have?
I said say goodnight.
I just woke up,
Go to
Joe.
bed at a reasonable hour.
I literally just woke up and now going back to bed. I'm too. And yeah, and I get Apple as well. But that's like it right now, but it's supposed to be coming to PS4 though. They have a whole PS4 page.
Welcome.
And see him!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh wow, we got fancy.
from all over the world.
Real quick, this is always super fancy. And also, see him! Good morning, welcome back. I feel like I'm watching a Destiny stream now with all this stuff. Okay. Okay, I gotta say, chap, this is already a bigger deal than I thought. I originally thought we were gonna thought they were just like some developer, like just in an office space talking to us in a cubicle with subtitles. That's what I was expecting. I was wrong. How you doing, CM? Thank you for the weed sub and welcome back.
Welcome to Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah, they will be coming to PS4.
This show is presented by HoYoverse, the developer of Honkai Star Rail. I'm Sydney Goodman, and I will be your host for today.
Happy
I'd
8
love
months,
to
CM.
welcome some very special guests. Mark from RDC World, voice actress and content creator Lily Pichu, and...
Wait, they actually vote with content clip? Okay, let's not get too excited, Chad. Let's not get too excited.
Austin Malcolm from HoYoverse. Why don't we go around the room and introduce ourselves?
Hey Trailblazers, it's Mark from RDC World, also known as Supreme Dreams.
Yeah, we hopping into the showcase that was show
creator group.
last night when I
we
passed
make anime
out.
videos, video game videos,
And then,
sports
and then we
videos.
hopping into the game
and honestly,
itself,
I'm just happy to
Mason.
be
How
here
you
with
doing?
everybody.
Hi, I'm Lily, or Lily Pichu. I'm a voice actress, content creator. I'm also really happy to be here. My favorite color is
you
pink.
haven't had a chance to get a
To you,
PS5 yet, right?
Really? And hey everybody,
probably PS4,
I'm Austin
PS5.
from the branding team at HoYoverse. And first of all, I just want to say thank you to Sydney, Mark, and Lily for being here
You're welcome.
and
Thank you,
celebrating
guys.
this big moment with all of us. And thank you to you out there, all the Trailblazers, tuning in today to hear about Honkai Star Rail and to celebrate our official launch together.
Well, thank you so much, Austin. So where are we sitting right now?
I would have to say, with these lush couches and these stars all around us, probably a waiting room somewhere in space.
Whoa. No way.
Yeah, and which means that the Astral Express may be arriving any moment now to take us out beyond the stars.
Just be warned, Chad, I'm going to be doing
it's
so
great
many
that you
references to
mentioned that because I
2099
have
later
heard
today.
the Astral Express mentioned
warned,
a
chat.
lot when describing Honkai Star Rail. For our trailblazers that are new to the game, can you start us off by telling us a bit more about Honkai Star Rail?
Sure, yeah. So Honkai Star Rail, it's a free-to-play, cross-platform, space fantasy RPG developed by us,
Well, does that sound
HoYoverse.
familiar, Joe?
In the game, you'll become what we call a trailblazer. You'll get to explore vast worlds that take place in a universe filled with thousands of years of history. During that journey, you'll meet a lot of characters, different species,
So
and
we
maybe
doing
some
time
familiar
travel
faces.
stuff, huh?
You also run into some mysterious and powerful Aeons. They could be friendly, they could be hostile, but no matter what, they're going to have an importance in your story.
That's
We're trying to
understandable,
design
Joe.
this vast and intricate universe for players like you.
Mark and Lily, so you guys have both had a chance to play the game in the closed betas, right?
Yeah, I
Sadly, I didn't
participated
get
in
into
the
any
final
of the
closed beta in, I
sadly.
think, February.
I was in the second closed beta last May.
Okay, so I'm the only one here who has yet to play.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, I think the only impressions you have is probably from that trailer we just showed.
It is, and the trailer looks incredible.
It's really
I'm
pretty. I like
so
it.
excited. Really, really pretty.
The game has come a long way, especially since our first closed beta back in October 2021. We made lots of changes, improvements between like each and every closed beta. So I mean that's including like we redid the first 3 hours of the game. We had new stories, characters. There's a whole
I
new
didn't
zone,
know
which is
that
the
actually
Herta
we
space
did a
station.
new playable
I like the
billion.
space station because it had this like side quest that was really, really tragic, and I love tragedy.
Oh,
So-
tragic.
I do
Tell
too.
me
Very
more.
dramatic. It was about a star-crossed couple with they were separated by like time, like something with time, and it was really, really touching. And I'm an emotional person, so I was like, I like stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like touching stories is like something that we always resonate with, and we think a lot of our players also resonate with. So it's really great to hear that that's something that really left a mark on you.
Oh yeah, yeah, make me cry.
You're like, I'm still crying about it, actually.
Cry, laugh, any of those things.
Mark, did you play the same side quest, or were there any memorable moments of the beta?
Yeah, I was actually able to visit one of the cities. It's really hard for me to say this name, but it's like Shaozu or something like that. I feel like it was a great addition to the game, and honestly,
Yeah.
it's like really well designed, like truly amazing. Like I'm in a real city, and it's like so many things to do. I just thought it was, it was
Yeah,
amazing.
you
Plus, I
know,
like
they
a
got
lot,
to
so-
do.
Well,
They got to probably
after
do
the
a little
second
bit
closed
of
beta,
padding
we
heel.
revealed Shenzhou Luofo during Gamescom last year. In the final closed beta in February this year was when Zhenshou Luofo was
Also, I
first
got the
released to
question
beta
here: was
players,
it
so that's what you got to
pre-recorded or was
expect.
this
okay.
actually live?
And it seems like
also,
everyone really loved the scenery.
So, Lily, what
it
impressed you
feels
the
live
most
just
about
because the
Honkai
camel
Star Rail?
walk is, not the
When I look
best.
at a game, the first thing I look for is like, is it pretty? Or I mean,
But
I
yeah, to
love
be totally
pretty
honest, it's
stuff,
like
and Honkai Star
obviously they
Rail
are
had
trying to
that,
sell that
especially
to the fan base of the
characters, they have
streamers.
such cute designs. I
Oh,
could
totally.
gush about it this entire
Because
show, but I
like the
won't.
majority of the people
They're
who
really
are here
cute.
probably
We
watching
have a
it,
lot
not
of
for watching it for the
announcements,
game,
so
they
I
watching it for
appreciate that. A lot to
Pichu.
get through. But it's
So,
safe to say that characters
Yeah,
are
Petri,
a
all
really important
community.
part of the gameplay experience.
Because that's kind of
As
how
an
it goes.
aside, do
We're
you
like,
all have a favorite
moat
RPG
content creator when
character?
they hop on
Yeah,
like
I would
these
say
type of
mine is
showcase.
Sora from Kingdom Hearts probably. That was one of my like first RPGs I played, and just
you
to
know,
add
that's how you
Disney
get the
characters
eyes from
in there
them
was kinda
community on
crazy
you.
to me.
Right?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know you
Oh,
could
yeah,
do
that
that.
whole
Yeah.
collab.
And then the
So,
people who
yeah,
always
I
sold on the
remember
game
that.
always sold
First
on
play
the
Kingdom
game.
Hearts too, I was like, wait, you can do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
like
can like,
This
Yeah.
loud?
yeah.
Well, then they also grabbed like Final Fantasy characters in too. So you have
True.
like Hercules and Cloud.
Cloud.
I am
Yeah.
surprised we all
Yeah.
randomly talking about
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
that not no IP
Lily, what
though.
about you? Favorite
My
character?
favorite RPG character. Oh, it's so hard. I have trouble picking. I'm very indecisive.
I'm trying to see how that ended
What
up
about
being
you?
45
I
minutes.
think I'll pass on this question, but
Give me
I'm
a
really
lot night
curious
before
what
I
Sydney
passed
has to
out.
say.
Like I was actually
One
amazed
of
it
my
was that
favorites
long.
is definitely Yosuke from Persona 4.
Oh yes,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. He's
haven't
so
played those games.
Super fun, but he's so clumsy and just kind of like lovable and like a little
Or
bit
we
of like
foreshadowing
a, I don't know that I'm
crossover.
allowed to
Maybe
say
that
the
what
word on
happening.
stream, but, you love him despite maybe his flaws.
Yeah.
So
Persona was
Technically, all
right?
think
That
the
was like
Kingdom
a fun
Hearts.
turn-based
Technically.
RPG.
Lots of good
Totally.
characters from
Good
Persona.
characters, good
Lots-
setting.
yeah,
All
I like
Disney,
those
they'll
art
just Final
directions.
Fantasy
Ryuji
character
from Persona
nowadays.
5 was kind of like that same
Yeah.
sort of vibe there. Like, oh yeah, like kind of lovable idiot. I guess you
Yeah,
maybe
there
say.
you go. It's like
Yeah.
it's already it.
Do you
It's
have, like,
okay.
I don't think we
Is there,
can
like,
kick
an
Kingdom
RPG
Hearts.
archetype
Sam
that
been
you
talking
find
my year
yourself
off for the last few
gravitating
days
towards,
about
like, a
Kingdom
character
Hearts.
type? You
So
said you like clumsy.
Yeah, it kind of is always like the clumsy, like lovable best friend that kind of. Makes
I just think
maybe
it's like
they shouldn't,
anything
but, like,
we
deep
do
down,
always involves
they,
Sega, and I
like,
don't even try
they
to.
do
We just
love
can't keep
and
it.
Feel, and I'm like, it's okay. I can fix you.
Oh, it's one of those.
It's one of those. It's one of
Yes.
those.
Now back to Honkai Star Rail. Do you have a favorite character, or maybe even a character that's left a strong impression on you?
I really like Kafka.
Now, the thing
a
about
lot, just
Kingdom
because
Hearts,
she's,
like,
I
one of
played
the first
every
people I've
Kingdom
seen,
Hearts
and
except
she said
for
some
3
really
in
wise
the
words
lap
to
music
Silverwolf
game.
at one point.
I did
at
a
the beginning
giant
of the game when I
marathon of
started
it.
playing on the beta.
And by the
but
end of it,
also,
whenever I was like, "Oh, this is so
'cause her,
confusing. What is
ultimate
happening?"
move
Like, yeah, if you
is
didn't
like-
play
it's
the
like
other
a
9
beam
games,
from
yes,
the
it is.
space,
But
and
boy,
she
it's
was
down
talking a lot
is
of mess while she
dude
was
want to
shooting
make
the beam from
Disneyland.
space, so I honestly like that.
and don't
you know,
care what happened to get it
battling
done.
is
That's the
always
plot
my
of
favorite
Kingdom Hearts.
aspect of a game.
Right.
So
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I
By the
like
time
that
you get to 3 anyway.
Seal, like she's really nice, but she's also badass, and she
Yeah, I've
looks
never
sick,
played
too.
3.
I think my
I
second
was gonna
favorite
play
would be just
3,
March
and then
7th,
Sam bought
because
it,
I remember
and then
looking
I
at the
lost the
character, I'm
playtime
like,
for
"That
like
is
a
such an
month while she
interesting
played
name."
it.
Yeah.
And then by
So
the
I
time
really
she
like
gave it
that
back, I was
design.
already on the
Yeah.
other stuff on
What
stream
about
and
you, Austin? Do
YouTube
you have
and
a
whatnot.
favorite, or is it like choosing
I
favorite
missed out on
children.
3.
Right, yeah. I mean, I love them all. But if I had to choose, I would also say March 7th. I mean, she's quite literally the face of our game. But she also has that energetic, optimistic personality, I think, that we all can just really love and love to have that kind of contagious sort of smile on the team. So you'll never be bored if you're playing with March 7th.
So back to my first question, Mark. Based on what you know, what are your thoughts on Honkai Star Rail?
Well, I really like the just like how fluid the animations are in the game, and I like the fact that I haven't played really many RPG games where you can just like switch your character in the while like running and exploring things. I really thought that was a good addition.
I think the full half of this
also
is gonna
like
be very padded,
you have like
isn't
3
it?
people on the team, sometimes 4, a lot of different characters to choose from. The battle animations are really good, and like I was explaining about Himiko and her ultra, I like all their ultimates. They're really top tier in my opinion, and really well
Then
done.
again, I guess
so
this is technically like a launch stream. I
that's
guess
what I
this is
like
no
about
it. What did
different
you
than
mean
like
it's very
launch stream
RPG?
from back in the day.
Well,
if you watch
by,
any of like
very
the
RPG, I
OG
feel like,
full,
well,
like launch,
first it has
for,
a lot
like,
of
the
cutscenes
360
that kind of play
or
out like a movie.
anything.
All like RPG games
or
always
if
have
you
a lot of
ever watch,
cutscenes that play out like a
any of,
movie.
like,
The characters are really well thought out, and
New
it feels
Year
like
Eve
you're kind
stuff.
of watching like
It kind of got
meeting anime
that vibe
characters.
right
That's
now.
what I like a lot.
Yeah,
So,
she does.
You know, just, like how padded
that's
this is.
just what I mean by like RPG. So
That's what it remind me of. I feel like I'm back
I
watching
get the
Adam
immersion in the story thing. It is like watching a movie
like,
for me.
in a
Except like
freaking
you're
hangle
playing in the
back in
movie.
like
Like, I felt that
2003,
during
just trying to
certain
fill
side quests,
time to like
to the Pink
midnight.
Star and etc.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, well, and I feel like the characters, from what I've seen, already
Yeah,
have
this is
such
made by the
rich
Genshin devs.
and,
So yeah,
like,
this
deep
is because what this is
backstories,
a
and with such a like,
turn-based
detailed world, it's so
RPG
easy to get lost
gacha
in it,
game
right?
made by
Definitely.
Oh yeah, I
Genshin.
like to get attached to characters.
But yeah, this is a
like,
Genshin dev.
depending on what they are, and sometimes a little too attached. You know, like I don't want anything bad to happen to them.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Literally, it is like a movie.
Yeah.
You are controlling the characters. And
definitely.
Exactly. It's almost too much pressure, right? Because then you love the characters and you are in control. and
Yeah.
But
you
then,
don't want
no,
anything bad
when we
to
play it,
happen.
I'm 100%
We're
free.
trying our best to kind of create an experience that's
No,
immersive
no
as
money
possible.
pool on my
So,
end.
which is what we feel is one
Hey,
of the
we
most
didn't go.
important
Hang on,
things
crap.
to
Bam,
making a good
screenshot.
RPG. A lot of our inspiration actually came from a lot of great
Yeah, that's
classics
how I
like
feel.
the
I don't
Trail
throw my
series,
money into
Persona.
like gacha
I
games
heard that the
either.
producer of Star Rail previously
Like that,
had
I'm gonna be playing it
conversations with the
100%
producers of
free to play,
Atlas
just
and
to see
Falcom.
how far we can
Yeah,
go
when
and where we
he
go.
learned that Toshihiro Kondo from Falcom and Katsura Hoshino from
Which,
Atlas
from what I have heard,
agreed to
Genshin
meet
is
up, he was
kinda
in high spirits
okay
the
on that
entire
front,
day.
so-
A lot of members on the team actually grew up playing the Trails and Persona series. So
any
that was
gacha
a
game
huge
I have
morale
ever
boost
played,
for
I
the
have never
entire
put
team.
money in.
Yeah, well,
I will
mean,
put
that
money
all
into
sounds
stuff
so
that more,
exciting.
like,
And speaking of
with more
exciting,
substance,
I
like
assume
Morch,
that
give me
Honkai Star
t-shirts, give
Rail
me
is a
plush
game
sheets.
that's built to last and will continuously bring you
I will
updates.
give money that way. The reason why I still have
Yes,
never
so
given
a
any
lot
money
of,
to
like, other
PSO or
HoYoverse
New
products, like
Genesis
Genshin
at
Impact,
all.
Tears of Themis, Honkai Impact
Like
Third.
PSO I did,
We are
but
going to
New
make sure we're
Genesis I have
dedicating
never
lots of
dropped
time
a
and
dime.
passion
I still
into
got the free money
high-quality
they give
and
me for the
continuous
beta.
updates for the game.
I still got $4
So
on
what
my
would you
account
say
that I
is
have
the
never
most
spent
important
because I don't
feature of
want to give
Honkai
like
Star Rail?
money any if it's not even my money.
Well, that's a pretty hard question to
So-
answer. But
So
personally,
yeah, I'm more on
my
the
favorite
camp
aspect
of like
of Honkai Star Rail was probably be the story
for anyone that
and the
want
world
to
that we
know
created.
if like the game ain't
I was
doable
actually
as
a
a
bit
non
confused about the world or the
That's
universe
where
to
I
be more
come in.
specific.
Okay.
Same.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So let me get ready for this because our
But to
universe
this
can
day,
be
I
a
have
little
never
difficult
dropped
to
any money on
understand.
microtransactions.
So let me explain some kind of
a random
vital
chance
concepts. for you.
Okay.
So,
microtransactions.
First off, the two most important concepts are aeons and stellarons. The aeons are basically gods, and they all ascended from ordinary creatures or non-living things. Each aeon represents an ideal or unique concept in the universe, which gives them their own motivation
so
and
technically
their
it
source
got
of
up
power.
in universe, huh?
For example, the Aeon of Trailblazing, Akivali, was once the former owner of the Astral Express, but his goal was to
Same.
discover and explore the great
I
unknowns.
feel you on that, Joe.
In our current timeline, though, Akivali is actually long gone, but his believers,
Yeah, real quick, since they obviously finally starting to get into stuff here. But yeah, I feel the same way as well. It's like I had like a little like for me, I was in like a little like funky time where like growing up poor, I didn't spend money on anything. Without I knew like, which is the main reason why I bought like a lot of JRPG back in the day. Like with how little money I had back in the day, if it wasn't gonna give me like 60 to 100 hours, I probably didn't spend money on it. I just wait for one of my friends to do it. And then in about, because I remember this, like in 2008 into 2009, I started spending a little bit of money on stuff. It like, mainly WAP band music and Epop Live games. Symphony of the Night broke me. Symphony of the Night was the fourth game I ever spent money on the Epop store. Because, you know, it was a Epop Live arcade game. And that was the fourth time I ever spent any money digitally in my life, was on that. So, like, there for like a year or two, you know, I was buying like WAP band music, I was buying some Epop Live stuff. And then like a couple years after that, I just like, nope. It literally got to a point of like I went to a point back to where I was before where like I'm only gonna spend money on the stuff that I know gonna give me X amount of time or X amount of experience, and never any more, which is also the main reason why back in the day, like, to be honest, back in the day that was one of the motivators to get into the game industry, so I could get free copies of stuff and then have to spend money on stuff. That was a little bit of why I originally got in the game industry, because I didn't want to spend money. And nowadays, like what I said is like I sat in two camps. Like when it comes to a lot of like on the gaming side, stuff is for me. Especially since a lot of game now, since ad yields have went on, we have started getting more and more into like free to play stuff. Just because, you know, free to play have become, you know, such a gigantic thing in the game industry nowadays. They are no longer meant for like bad Korean MMOs. Don't get me wrong, that still exists, but nowhere near as bad. Like we actually have quality stuff now for the most part. So for me, like I went like the other way, like okay, the games are free, I'm gonna play it. Like with the whole reason I hop on like plushies constantly for Sega. Is I'm at a point now where, like, for me, like, I'm officially at the old man point of, like, I will take what little money I have that is not just trying to live and, like, do way more, like, long-term investment stuff with it. And then the other bit of the money that I would spend on, like, video games now, and since I'm playing so much free-to-play stuff nowadays, it's, like, instead, like, for example, like the character here, I wouldn't pay however much it is for a pool to try to get one of the characters. But if I like the character design and they brought out like a plushie or a poster or something, you know, something that, you know, I can touch, feel, and like have, as in like, you know, background, like for the streams and stuff, you know, set decoration, tattling, then I'm way more interested in spending money on it. But like, if it takes 100% microtransaction, random chance, I got no interest in it. Cause it's like, cause the thing is like knowing game design of just like how molted up. Cause on one hand you got the random generation stuff, that I'm not a fan of because I hate random chance. I'm not a gambler, you know. I'm too tight at for being a gambler. And then on the other hand of that is like, I would buy stuff in game if it was tangible, but the problem is that most stuff that quote-unquote tangible is literally made out of a design choice, such as, you know, giving you, you know, not much inventory fate, or in the case of PSO, giving you junk and not letting you sell it easily. So the stuff like that type of stuff, you know, it'd be like extra inventory fate, auto sell function, player shop stuff, mainly everything PSO do outside of quack tickets. Like, that stuff is, I don't want to spend money on that because it's literally, like, that's not something to make the game better. That is you making the game worse to then make money to make it better. You know? And I got absolutely no interest in supporting that. But, if you're playing out a plushie, or I go get, like, a wappy tattoo at some point, then I'm way more interested in actually giving money to it. But yeah, that's kind of how I have got more so in my older age of just like, I will take my money and bet and put in stuff more long-term or more, you know, more tangible.
The Nameless,
So I feel you
continue
on
in
it,
his
Joe.
absence and travel across the
Sorry about
universe,
the tangent there,
shuttling
Chad.
between different planets and always taking part in some sort of adventure. So the character you choose will also be part of this group of the Nameless. But you have one important difference from the rest of the cast. That is the existence of a Stellaron inside your body. Stellarons are generally considered to be the source of disasters in the universe, so they're known to be ominous and dangerous objects.
Okay, my
A
inner
group of
production
individuals are
coming
called
out,
the
chat.
Stellaron Hunters, and they are looking for Stellarons in order to use them for unknown purposes. So if Kafka, Silverwolf, Blade, and their leader Elio are the four that make up the Stellaron Hunters, But for some unknown reason, Kafka decided to stuff a Stellaron inside your body, and that's where your journey begins. So now that you have a Stellaron inside of you, you must set off to various worlds around the universe, hopefully to explore the secrets of the world and discover the truth about who you really are. So our starting point in the game is a space station called Herta,
So no more
named after the owner of the station,
MMO
one of my
beginning.
favorite characters and one of the smartest people in the universe. The space station is packed with scientists and researchers from around the universe, but in reality, it's really just Miss Herta's laboratory and personal storage room.
Okay, so we're now inside
We're
Herta
getting some
Space
Kinchy
Station?
vibe
Yeah,
here.
we are. I would say this is the Herta space station. But we'll be departing from here shortly to the first world, a planet covered by ice and snow called Jarilo 6. This used to be a planet with a prosperous civilization, but because of a Stellaron hundreds of years ago, Jarilo 6 experienced a sudden climate shift and turned into a pure white planet. Now there's only one city with civilization left on the entire planet, called Belobog, which is our first destination. Here we'll see stories of humans fighting against humans, fighting against the climate, and fighting against monsters.
And that's why I said it was very RPG-like, because it's a lot of lore, like a lot.
And
And
there's
also
more.
a turn-based.
So our next destination is the Shenzhou Laofu, a gigantic interstellar spaceship that's
Elite
home to
JRPG
several different
anyway.
races and very advanced civilizations. Here, you'll find races with fox ears, some with dragon inheritance, and even normal, ordinary humans. They're all waiting for players to discover and meet them in the game. But you can learn more about Shenzhou's civilization by completing quests, reading texts in the world, and interacting with the NPCs there. Of course, the story of Shenzhou is only just starting in this version, and we're very excited to open more areas and stories in the future.
So thank you for that, Austin. I feel like you just shared a wealth
I do not
of
know who that is,
knowledge.
Joe.
That's what I do.
But is there any chance you can
I need more
share
content
any
than that,
information
Joe.
about future areas or stories?
So, not yet, but when the time is right, we will share it with everyone. We've developed many technologies and, of course, invested a lot of resources into this game so Trailblazers can see exquisite characters, fancy visual effects, high-quality cutscenes, and more. And so that's going to continue coming to you in the future.
Well, and HoYoverse has had such a huge impact on the gaming industry over the past few years, not just on developers, but players and fans too.
Yeah, I feel like HoYoverse like came out of nowhere and now everyone plays Genshin Impact. It's like
Oh, yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, no, it was popular with the anime fans at the beginning, and more people were becoming more aware about HoYoverse. But now even at the conventions, it's like a lot of Genshin Impact cosplayers. Like I see them literally at every convention I go to. So.
I even cosplay Genshin Impact.
We got a second code chat.
There
Do you really?
go.
Yeah, I would cosplay like 2 characters.
Oh, wow.
I love like HoYoverse's character designing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah.
If you go to convention, you're gonna see Genshin Impact
Yeah,
everywhere. It's, like,
definitely.
everywhere. I remember seeing a bit of Honkai Star Rail cosplayers last year at Anime Expo, and I was kind of surprised because the game's not out, right? So
Yeah.
But you know, we've done enough
Yeah, 'cause
with
it
the
was
concept
a
arts and all that stuff that
global
we can
and
start planning
Chinese ones
ahead
at the
and
same
get
time,
people really
right?
excited.
I
Kind
think it
of
was
bring
like a
that immersion
full-on like
to our world.
day
Oh,
one
yeah.
every
More
will.
hype.
Well, that must be
Elite
really
region
rewarding
wide.
too to see players be so excited ahead of the game's
Yeah,
launch.
and vice versa. I mean, if you're a traditional artist and you're drawing in a 2D space, it's super cool to start seeing your work, your effort being brought into the real life space.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
If I drew something and I saw someone dressed as the something,
Yeah.
No, that'd make me
even
feel really
if the
good.
game wasn't
yeah.
out, I'm like, wow, you like the design that much?
Totally. I don't
Flattered.
know that I ever thought about it that way.
Wow.
Definitely.
But on the subject of expos, your reach in the traditional mainstream video game industry is just getting wider and wider. So far, it's been Summer Game Fest, Gamescom, the Game Awards, and if I remember correctly, Tokyo Game Show as well. So even though you might have started off as an anime game developer and mobile game developer, your reach really is growing.
Genshin did wonders.
And I think the cross-platform play helps a lot with that. Since Honkai Star Rail is also a cross-platform game, I would love to know, how do you balance between mobile, PC, and console users within the same game?
Yeah, and there are many players that are used to and tend to play games on mobile phones, and they also have the same amount of love for video games as others do. So we want to ensure we're providing them with the best possible game experience, regardless of platform, from the very beginning of development. The turn-based gameplay for Honkai Star Rail
want actually now
allows
thinking
us
about maybe
to
why they're
achieve
not
this
showing
goal
the
even
new
better.
play. I know
Because
that
we
they're
don't need
like
to be
reading
conducting many
teleprompter
real-time
off to the
actions
side.
and super precise
You know, instead of
operations.
being like
So
camera
we've
in
also
front of
invested a
each
lot
other.
of resources in the optimization
Like,
for all
well, like,
platforms.
she would be looking
So
to the
mobile
right,
players, PC
like,
players, and console
behind
players
him.
can all have a smooth experience playing the game.
Okay, well, how about instead we check
And
out
also the
gameplay
the
and try
calls
out the
feel
game?
like a plot
Lily,
at that
do you
point
want to
as
do
well.
the honors?
Absolutely.
Amazing. Well, let's play some Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah, a little bit of the production here is a little insanity for me.
Ooh.
Here we go. Starting off with strong with Seal.
I know Lily's happy.
She's
Right.
Not her
super
favorite.
Cute. I love her.
So cute.
Very
But also, you can
elegant,
tell
very
whenever they don't have a
badass, very strong.
teleprompter as well.
Overall, 10 out of 10 character.
10 out of 10.
Very cute. Attacks with
The
her
character
tail.
design in this game is for real crazy. Like
Yeah.
Right. I love her tail.
everybody's extremely
Their little
unique. Doesn't
cool
remind me of the next
antlers.
character.
Super
Right?
really like
they
it.
really are
Mhm.
also unique.
Yeah.
He clean.
He's
Super, super
cool.
clean. Ooh, I like the like doorknobby
Okay, I
thing
kind of
on
wish
his
it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
just some dudes in an
I
office.
see
yeah,
why
the knock
people
with the
want to
lion.
cosplay. That's attention to detail. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
I feel like
They're
I
not
see
wanting
why
the
a lot of people
cosplay
would
outfit,
probably
though.
cosplay these characters.
Right.
Right.
Like a lot of
Especially
like,
here.
that's a lot of hard work, and they probably would come out looking really clean.
You know, those little attention to details make it tougher to probably create the cosplay, but I think at the same point it makes it all more
Okay, that was a
rewarding.
lot
Exactly.
of
Totally,
items on that
totally.
queen.
You said that much better than I was saying that.
No, we're all aligned.
See, chat, they know what they're doing.
yeah,
they're
so
going
then we
just
have
straight
this
into
little
like
photo mode
photography
here.
mode. They know their
Ooh.
demographic.
Pose.
Different expressions, poses.
Pretty.
She's so elegant. I mean, all
That.
honestly, all
Oh,
the
shit.
characters are so elegant.
No, they really are.
You know what
That's
they've got with the
weird.
full pulsing view,
So
chat.
much, darn
At least
it.
I'm gonna be able to
I'm
get
such
good
a
thumbnail
bitwit.
Yeah.
background.
There she is.
Okay. Yeah, so we're in camera mode, so you can change it into. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There we go.
So I think that first button you were pressing, I think, was kind of like switching between like front or back view,
Go. Oh, yeah, you're right.
or selfie mode.
Oh,
Oh,
it's like
that's
first person.
cute. Interesting.
Very cool.
They got every aspect
Yeah.
in this
I
game.
know,
They literally
right?
have thought of every single thing.
How long were you working on
I'm just
this?
saying, background thumbnail.
If you're a professional photographer and you want to
Perfect.
move on into the
Oh.
game
You
world, this is it.
Speaking of professional photographer, look
Right
at that.
there.
So
That's
cute.
hard. It's the
Yeah.
little details like that make you like really appreciate a game for real.
Right?
Right.
I love the physics of her
She's clean.
costume.
There we
I
go.
love
Yeah.
her.
I don't
Always
think I
need a
ever
good
seen a
Fox
tail
character.
that
Fox-looking
that
character.
fluffy chat.
The way her ponytail.
Ooh.
It kind of looked like from straight back. It looked like just a piece of simple dress with probably the reason for the design on that.
Yeah.
No, they really did their thing on these characters. And the abilities
I-
that you can just throw out, those are all just
I
amazing.
love the colors in
And
her
her
ability.
her special effects, yeah, to that attack is just unseen.
good.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that sort of like style. It's almost like
Yeah.
they're painting in
I would say
midair.
it's like painting. Well, and I like that there's kind of, it doesn't immediately disappear. There's kind of like
Yeah.
a delay on it. It's nice.
Arr.
How long do you think it takes her to get ready in the morning and tie all those ribbons?
Dude, this would take so long. I feel. I'm shy.
Oh.
This is
Oh.
the reason you glue on all your ribbon, chat.
So I know too. I think if we press T, we'll be able to actually start changing the team and showing off some of the other characters as well.
Oh, yeah.
See who
Oh,
else?
March 7th.
There's March
well, there's
7th.
that.
She's
6,
super
12.
She's so cute. You
What
know
that,
my
like
birthday's
15?
on March 7th.
Like
Oh.
15
Mm.
council?
Fun fact.
Roughly, maybe a
Yeah,
little
we'll
more.
play her and then cosplay her.
That's really
Yeah,
clean
just
though.
really commit,
commit.
To the March 7th bit.
I feel like what naming a character March 7th is really bold, but that's really a cold name. Like,
Yeah,
that's a
right?
good name. Like that's hard.
I think as you maybe get to know her more, maybe you'll start learning
How
more
much
about why.
hairspray?
Nah, that hair is
Ooh, I
unique.
like
That's
that.
some
That's a
unique
cool
hair.
That is
Yeah.
some unique
Nah,
hair.
Branya, they did
Wow.
the thing on character design.
They really did.
And there goes Himiko.
Oh,
There
she's
she
cool.
is. Good taste.
Gosh,
Good
I
taste.
love her hair. So pretty.
Her ultimate move, crazy.
I like her sleeves.
Clara.
I like how she's just shoeless.
Yeah.
She's courageous
I'm down
walking
for it.
around in those shoes.
She looks so sad.
we must know like her backstory. That probably explains.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
All of that, right?
100%.
Okay, so we're going
I
through.
know
I'm
she has a
guessing these
tragic
are
backstory.
all the
Oh,
characters
that's
day
so
one,
cute.
right?
Teddy bear.
Cute.
Nice.
I
Her
love that
glasses.
the character design is so good and so unique for every character.
No,
Right.
seriously.
She's cute.
Make sure each one kind of stands like proudly on their own, right? It's
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
Asta,
Cute. Cute.
Serval.
Serval, this is the one that you're
Oh, that's
getting at,
hard.
right?
I feel like this
So
would be
The
like
light
the
blue
one
hair at the
female character you probably
end
would
is
see the
hard.
most.
Herta. So right, this is what I was mentioning
in
before.
Convoy.
Right, the Herta space station. This is
This is
Herta
mobile
herself,
PC
right? So
console.
researcher, scientist, and collector.
So right now it is PlayStation
Yeah, I
4
wonder
and
how much
5.
drag
It
that
come
tail
in
has, like,
later.
when
I don't know if
she's,
they have set a
running.
date.
right?
She's
How much
even
weight
more-
that is.
yeah.
And then
Probably very heavy.
standalone
So
standalone
we're right now
PC
in,
and
in,
Epic
Shenzhou
is
Lafo.
How do
available.
I get to
I
the...
believe that we
And
saw in the
then
distance
Apple
there
and
was
Android
the
for
Jade
mobile.
Gate. Right, so there's lots of different little
So they're
elements
cross.
into this.
It's a mobile
our second
console
world
and
here,
PC.
kind of showcasing lots of
But
little
yeah,
things
they're
you
made
can
by the
pick
same
up and learn
developer
about
that
the
did Genshin.
culture and sort of why
Which
people
Genshin
act the
on
way they do, and
everything.
all that history we've been talking about. Something you really.
Actually, I
pick up
shouldn't
in
say
this
that.
game.
Genshin on Epic, like Genshin's the only PlayStation,
Super
right?
duper awesome.
But yeah, I will be playing the
Oh, it looks so
Epic
pretty
Store
tonight.
version
I think from
later.
here we're at the Exalting Sanctum. This is the place where the citizens actually live at. It's kind of more of the living quarters.
But yeah, once this is done, we're gonna get some thumbnails made for today's videos, and then
Love the ribbons.
I will be hopping into this.
And I think we saw a little peak of a giant tree in the distance.
Is this where it is?
But yeah, like right now you see they actually
I think
playing
it's
this
to your
on
right
PC.
there.
How come it's all
Up.
like... It's...
There is a giant tree
I
there.
think I see
So yeah,
a
this is
branch.
like
I'm
Genshin
trying to
Tower
make
Fantasy.
sure, as I look at it, to make sure that it is indeed the Ambrosial Arbor.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
true. That's true.
it.
Right there.
So this is the Ambrosial Arbor. It's a giant tree left by one of the Aeons of Abundance. It was actually originally used to grant you eternal life, but was destroyed. So now, after that destruction,
So when
the
someone
Ambrosial Arbor
couldn't
has actually been
handle
closed and
having
strictly
other
forbidden
immortals,
to
huh?
enter. Right, so there's these little elements, right, throughout this world that you're going to be able to see and kind of hint at this sort of story and other sort of past in history.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like we're seeing that. We talked about it a little bit with the character design, and then the worlds are all so distinct and rich. And I think that all just adds to, the immersive aspect of this game.
Exactly. I did not know this map was that big.
Exploring. This is the Exalting Sanctum.
If you want, you can go to the Artisan Commission.
Wow.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of button chat.
Ooh.
Was that an instant teleport or was that
So
a cut?
pretty.
That looked like cut. I don't think that was an
It's
instant
so
teleport.
pretty.
God, the point where you have dropped in the
Alright.
cutscene.
You're like, I'm buckled in.
Yeah.
We
That
were
is a
like
clean boss
120 to
design.
like 30.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I love the flowers.
So,
It's like even the bosses are pretty.
right. So this boss is one of our new bosses. It's the Abundant Ebon Deer. So we're going to be fighting it now.
We're in trouble now.
Go, Lily, go.
1,000 ones.
I'll be honest, I really didn't have too many high expectations for the combat in this game before playing it, but just because of the classic RPGs, there's not much that you can do. But just like I was explaining earlier
I
with the
don't
ultimates and
agree with
everything,
that.
I really think they put a lot of work into the battle aspect.
I want to say this is gonna be like
of
Genshin.
the
I
game.
could be wrong.
Yeah, visually.
I don't know
it's
they actually do have
super
any
fun to
like
watch.
co-op MMO stuff. Cause I know Genshin had some co-op stuff in it in certain parts.
And I think with, like,
That's one right there.
I think with favorite
So
RPGs
I'm
too,
not
is, like, every
100%
time
for
you-
sure.
Like as you
at
get further
like
and further,
long
those
term.
damage numbers keep
But
going
I know
up
the
and up and
majority
up.
of this
It kind of
is
just feels
roughly
like that. You
single
kind of
player.
feel that growth.
Yeah, it's a good feeling for sure.
Radiant spirit.
Yeah, they might end up doing like
These
hubs or
ultimate
God, I
dungeons or
think that's
something
probably my
later.
favorite.
But I'm not 100% for sure. on
Also,
that.
like even like see they're hitting them with like ultimate moves. It still isn't taking off that much damage.
But
off
it's
of
not
them.
a straight
I
MMO,
feel like the
not
game is
that,
like
though.
really difficult. So if you think you're just gonna go through there and easily win against every boss, I don't think it's that easy to.
It's not
just do
that
that.
easy.
Yeah, I
Like,
see
I
it.
used
You
to
struggle a
have
little
that.
bit.
Hopefully all
You
enemies
actually
have
need a
like
strategy on what
light
every
balls
boss
and
is
not
weak
just
against
bosses.
and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you can't just like spam in my opinion.
Well, and I feel like it really just makes
end your misery.
going through the game so much more rewarding, right?
Right.
When you
Very
have
true.
to actually, I don't know if this is revealing too much about myself, but it's like when you really have to work
Yeah, no.
and then you get it, it feels,
Yeah.
it's fun.
I agree 100%.
It puts the emphasis on like that team
Everyone
building,
here would indeed a
you know,
MMO.
mechanic, right? Because you don't just grab like your 4 favorite characters. You can, I think, at certain stages, but when things get too tough, right? It's start looking to okay, well, who's really going to be helping
bleed
out
into
this
the
other character?
innuendo,
Have
though.
that sort of like collaboration, those
Yeah.
synergies that can really help with this sort of breaking down these tough bosses,
Exactly.
right? So we saw an attack boost just there from that character, so then start dealing way.
But by the
bigger-
way, they're doing elemental
definitely
done
way
because
more
I see
than
elemental weaknesses
Well,
up
and then
there.
going back to just the strategy
Because I wonder if they
aspect, I
have
feel
like the persona thing where like
if it's-
you do certain
in
elementals
cases
they
where the
will like
game and the
loot
combat
on.
is kind of too easy and you're just spamming actual like combat,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but it looks like you have to use attack boost, you need to think about healing, you need to think about like defensive boosts.
And like
Right.
what the boss is like weak against. Certain characters have extra attacks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also,
You can
can you
use
put out
ultimates
Keldrils on the
freely.
fly as
There's
well,
a
like Final
bunch
Fantasy
of
10?
things to do.
Of the past.
And I get later
love
on you
her
could do it in
animation so
Persona
much.
5
I
as
know.
well.
I love all
that
the
was like
ultimate
ladle,
animations.
though.
I think they did so well on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they really put thought into each and every
yeah,
person's.
that lady is a
moveset.
little fuck or
And I
That's what I
think-
really like about
you got all
I
your
think
fluffy nip.
because, like these animations are so great for these ultimates. I'm really happy that you can do the ultimates multiple times in the battle. Like in a lot of old RPGs, it's like you're saving up, and it might not even be like you might not get it for like 4 or 5 battles. But this
Yeah.
one's like no,
Exactly.
like that ultimate is gonna be charged up, and you're gonna be using it multiple times to see that awesome
Extreme yet
the
viewable
big
fight.
numbers
Oh my
and the big
God.
animation.
And even using it multiple times, you
I'm
still can
telling you,
lose.
the
That's the
llama head
crazy thing.
getting a
So, like,
lot
I
of
see why
love.
they gave you the used to use
doing
it
the
multiple
subathon.
times instead of just one.
The support abilities also feel really nice. Like whenever she gives damage boost or if Philo heals, like
Well-
it feels so useful.
By the way, I think the kid is the medic,
Yeah.
right?
I'm
Did you
sorry,
do cat
Lily,
healing
I
a
was starting to
second
interrupt
ago?
you. And then on the left,
So
it's
cool.
kind of the order of who's up next for combat, correct?
Mhm,
No time
correct.
to lose.
Yeah, I like that. That's clean.
Yeah.
Yes, go Philo!
Ooh.
Gosh, I love her so much. She's so cute. Look at that, like it's so
is she
cute.
is she like a healer?
Well, by the
She's a-
way,
Oh.
Support.
by the way, Peach the voice
They have
actor for that
there's a
character.
couple classes in the game, all with
Kinda
like
sounds
actual
like it.
in-game terminology. But for our conversation's sake, right, you'll see some that are really good at AOE damage, some at single target damage, some that are more at like buffing your current team, some at debuffing the enemy.
Yeah, I
and
don't
some
know
more
how
like
long
the
the llama
healing
head
side
took
stuff,
over. I have no
tactics.
idea how long Sam was
And then
awake
there's a
for.
couple more around that as well. So what you just saw at the top of the bar, that white one is called toughness, which can
Oh.
be weakened by enemies' weaknesses. So if you can get that down, it gives you an extra attack that turn and puts a debuff on the enemy.
Okay,
Well,
Well,
they
then
answered the
obviously
question
you're
about
the orange bar is your
elementals.
got it.
I honestly would have thought we beat the boss and the boss had another part to it.
Oh
so-
no,
Yeah,
it is.
no.
Yeah, there was a phase 2, but we're gonna
We're
move on
leaving,
from that one.
yeah, we're
that's
leaving,
that's
By the way,
enough teaser for
Yeah, let the
players.
gamers
Salt
find
chat.
out about that one.
Yeah, so I think that is it for the gameplay part today. I believe that all the Trailblazers who have never played the game,
Exactly.
including myself,
Oh,
now
little
have a
cold
deeper
chat.
understanding of what Honkai Star Rail looks like, and you can experience the rest of the content in the game yourselves. For RPGs, it's all about playing it on your own. And speaking from experience, it is always much more fun than watching others play. However, it is
I
fun to watch
agree.
others play
Yeah.
sometimes, especially when it's some new gameplay, right?
Okay, so we're getting into like what the point up.
So now, do you have anything else to share
Well,
with
they
us,
answered the
Austin?
question. Did
Oh,
what
I have a
pre-recorded?
lot more to share. So first of all, I'd like to
answer
quickly go
that.
through all the giveaway
Okay.
events in version 1.0
They're
of
not
the
helping
game,
the production.
since we
yet.
prepared a few events and giveaways for all of our players.
Okay, here we go. What are we doing?
So first up, we have our login event where you can get 10 Star Rail passes, or special passes, for the limited warp, just by logging into the game for 7 days.
Do we need to log into the game for 7 consecutive days or?
It doesn't need to be consecutive. As long as you just log in for 7 days throughout
good.
this time, you can get these passes.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
When
like how PSO
Trailblazers
do
reach
their
certain
own like
Trailblaze
login.
levels, such as levels 5, 15, 25, and 35, you'll receive normal passes for normal warps, in the end totaling to 40 normal passes and 1,600 stellar jades. There is no time limit for this event. You can play the game with the
Oh,
speed
wow, okay.
that you feel most comfortable with.
That good.
And of course, our pre-registration rewards. Since there were more than 10 million players who have pre-registered for our game, we're celebrating by
Almost
giving
over
each
half a
player
million were
20
watching
normal
last
passes
night.
and Serval, the lightning character with multi-target
Nice.
damage.
No, he's clean.
Yeah. A huge thanks to all the players in the world for their love, and of course, all the creators in the community, like you two.
You're welcome.
Thank you too, Austin.
Even if you haven't pre-registered, it's not too late in any of that regard. This is our gift to every single player. You should find it in your mailbox today after you enable the warp function.
Oh, okay.
All good news. And
had a feeling
now
how that
I
was
get to
gonna
remind you
operate.
about the types of banners Honkai Star Rail will have. The first one is called Departure Warp, requiring normal passes with a 20% discount and a guaranteed 5-star character within the 50 pulls. Then there are the Normal Warp, also requiring normal passes, which contains 7 permanent 5-star characters and 7
Oh,
5-star
don't you
light
worry.
cones.
There was gonna be
Plus
some
many
some
4-star
like
characters and light
Luna
cones
Kelto
and
in there.
3-star light cones.
Here's your chance to get Himiko.
Yeah, I see.
There it is. So then we have the limited banners for version 1.0. The first character banner is Butterfly on Sword Tip with Seal.
Yo.
That's our quantum single damage character. We also have our light cone banner called Brilliant Fixation with the limited light cone in the night of Hunting Path.
That's so nice.
I know.
She's my favorite character, so it's like I'm biased, obviously.
I just love how she looks.
Okay,
These
maybe
first
she did
limited
look
banners will
forward
last
to.
for 20 days starting from today, so until May 17th.
Wow,
But
not
then,
even a
at
month.
that point,
Okay.
we will then start the second limited banner with Jing Yuan.
I would thought they'd at least go a
The
month.
banner is called Swirl of Heavenly Spear. And then that's also to be paired with the limited light cone Before Dawn, which belongs to the erudition path.
It's a light cone.
Wow.
So
You look
cool.
so cool.
Right?
A
I'm
friend
gu- I'm
of
guessing
mine
I have
actually
abilities and
voices
stuff.
him in English.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. I'm like, wait, who is this?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
These two banners will open on May 17th and last until June 5th.
Very cool.
Next, I'd like to use the
Yeah, this is
last
the
few minutes
same
to
as, like,
introduce some of the
Genshin
special
was.
events we've prepared.
Like that, I'm
for
gonna
our
be doing
players around the
100%
world.
free to play, so we're
We'll
gonna
be
see
doing
how
what
bad
we
it
call
is.
the Astral Express Global Tour, which is a global event happening right now. We've built an actual Astral Express locomotive, and they've been
What?
placed in some of the biggest cities around the world, so you can see them in person. As you can see in the video, Times Square in New York and Shibuya in Japan are ready for the train to arrive.
So cool.
There are many regions running the event, so check out the details on our event website and follow our social media accounts for more.
100%.
That's
Yep.
Wow, I want to go.
The game
these,
free to play,
like,
I will
little
experience it free
These-
to play
those were
and
gonna
see
be
how
some
bad it
hints
is
at
or how good
At
it is.
which locations are going to be.
Yeah, super cool.
This weekend, April 29th and 30th,
Also, I'm
my
all the way up to
birthday,
play for
at
free.
Times Square, all Trailblazers can go and take a look at the Astral Express. We're also holding a mini event for you to get some merchandise starting from 12 to 7 p.m. each day of the weekend. Follow our official social accounts.
Well, they're the more chat.
Or simply just search the Astral Express Global Tour on search engines, and you'll see a website that'll give you all the detailed information for all the regions.
Wait, is the train the same size as it is in the game? Because it's crazy big in the game.
Very big in the
It's like
game.
the cabin inside the train is huge.
I don't know.
Yeah, we really wanted to
loot
build one that was
boxes,
like a
yes.
one-to-one,
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
rebuild of the train. But ultimately, we had to settle on a more smaller, realistic version of what we could do.
Yeah.
on
Still
Earth.
creative though. Still creative.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But you'll notice,
Yeah,
we didn't even get like the full
love
train. We
of
just kind
like
of just stuck with the
certain
locomotive.
region laws
That really
made
kind of
that
iconic
possible.
look. But either way, the train we have in Times Square looks so awesome. I've actually seen it in person, and I meant like you can't actually get inside the car.
I was about
but
to ask that.
oh, I tried.
I was about to ask
Because the
that.
question
And I
is
just
like,
wanna
how well
confirm
is
the
it for free
train
to
can't
play
actually
after
fly
getting
in
it?
space, right?
And then will
Yeah,
you hit a
I
point
think
where the
we
game
also
is
tried to do that
unplayable
too,
while you
but
spend
no,
money?
not yet.
Not yet, not quite.
Like,
Well,
that'd win for
HoYoverse
me, it
has
get bad.
also prepared some special collaborations
I did
for
point
players
no
all
escaping
over
like
the
gotcha
world.
stuff.
First off, with Waze,
Oh.
the navigation app.
But
so starting
if you ever hit
right
a point
now,
where
we're
like
launching a customized Astral
there we go,
Express
crossover
navigation
chat.
icon and March 7th.
But if you get to a point
voice.
where you do it
So
like
these are going to be
Dunlop and
available
can't
for 2 months until
progress that
June
and win,
24th.
I'm not a fan.
All you need to do is open the Waze app, click change voice and change car options, and find March 7th as your navigator and the Astral Express as your
Oh,
ride.
you know what
This
this
is some of the best
What?
promotion I've
March
ever seen.
7th,
Yeah.
Like, how
I-
cool is that?
I ain't
She's
never
gonna
seen no
navigate
game
for
do
us?
this much
That's
for
so
promotion. That's
awesome.
crazy.
I love that.
Super
Very
cool.
unique.
Yeah. Our next collaboration is with Razer, the world's leading lifestyle brand for
Oh,
gamers.
y'all doing it?
Yeah. We're working with 8
get Mount
Razer
Pad, what
stores
we
for a
doing?
limited pop-up event. The Razer stores will be decorated in Honkai
Wait,
Star
don't have their
Rail
own
theme,
doors?
and you'll be
Wait,
able to
what?
get 50 stellar jades
did not know
by either
that.
trying the game in store or showing that you downloaded the game on your mobile phone. Our 4
not down
stores
here
in
in
the
the
U.S.
South
are
at
Austin,
all.
Los Angeles, New York, and Seattle. Then we'll have 1 store
All
in
that,
London,
didn't I?
2 stores in Singapore, and 1 in Taipei.
Okay.
Up next, I get the exciting job of announcing conventions in the upcoming months. Honkai Star Rail will be at Anime Expo, Japan Expo, Gamerscon, Gamescom, and Tokyo Game Show. More conventions will be announced at a later date. Conventions,
all this
conventions are
stuff
so
is,
fun. Lily,
know,
I know you
just-
cosplay. Like, what kind of conventions or
Like,
which
I would be
convention
interested in
would you
this
say is your
stuff, but
favorite?
Oh, it's hard
like
to
I
say.
couldn't. No way I can get to
Anime
that
Expo's
stuff.
really fun.
Yeah.
It's a little big now, you know.
love
and
to being stuck in the middle of the
I like
country, I
going to like
guess.
smaller conventions sometimes just to see like how it's, cause like even when the conventions start out, it has
They
some
did
more, like,
digital events.
it has a
Well,
cozy
you know,
vibe.
ship some of us
Mm.
out.
And the DreamCon.
Maybe a different discussion, but
DreamCon.
Yeah.
Dreamcon.
doesn't seem like that happening.
Like ours
though.
is a little bit smaller too. I know Anime Expo is like what 50,000 people now.
It's
Or-
insane. But the plus side of Anime Expo is you get to see all the coolest cosplays. Like people go all
true.
out.
Yeah,
for
they
these
did
cosplays in
crossover
Anime
event a little
Expo.
bit better in it.
Oh my gosh.
They
This
definitely
is
do. They
very
definitely
do.
much for very
And I love how
Pacific
there's always
people
like a flavor of
that
the
can
month
able
sort
to
of
actually do it
year,
or
I
live around
guess,
the
of
area.
cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know this entire last year's just been Genshin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
A little bit of
just
Spy
Genshin.
Family.
Spy
Yeah.
Spy Family, yeah, no,
I'm
there's
so
definitely
not
a lot
used
of
to
that.
the
yeah.
whole
There's
like,
always a lot of
you
Demon
know,
Slayer, too.
randomly
Yeah,
dropping out all
Demon
IP
Slayer
Slayer's
names.
Before that was
every
Attack on
convention.
Titan. It was like ReZero. Like there's always like these, flavors of. The
I'm
year.
not, I'm
It's
not,
pretty
I'm not
cool.
used to that
Yeah.
from a lot
I'm
of these
always
companies.
so in awe.
Especially
of
non-American
cosplayers because
companies.
There's so much craftsmanship that goes. Like it's kind of a marrying of a lot of different skill sets of physical arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can just beam me and buy it off a site.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
You
it's still,
could.
like,
Yeah, I
could do that,
believe
and
this-
then
they
you're
did
doing,
come
like,
in
your
quite
hair and your
more,
makeup
like,
that
to be
way,
totally
and
on
it's
it
so
and
cute.
patty into the game.
But I like the
Yeah.
ones where they like hand
Like I
make
say,
them
it
and
remind me a
stuff.
lot
Those
of
are always the
oldly
best
like
ones.
console
When you see
launches.
some of the stuff too, where we've
events.
seen like a
Or just a
Raiden
lot of
cosplay
padding
where
to, like,
their
midnight.
sword is like full of LEDs. So right when she
That what it
activates
feels
it,
like.
lights up and glows. Right. So
I say I'm
those are
having
things you-
flashback to, like, the
I don't think you can
PS3
buy it
and
off of a
360
site. I think
launch.
that's something you have to
All the
probably
stuff you would
Yeah.
see
That's
like
to really
in
kinda
certain
help
areas if you
shine
went to
above
like a
the rest.
GameStop
Also
at midnight
Literally.
launch back in the day.
When they make the props themselves, like how do you?
Yeah, how do
Like
you
I
do
remember
that?
Right.
like all
So,
You bought a
GameStop
material off
had
Amazon and just
had a
I
bit
have to like
similar to
commission
that
people
for
to
when
do it for
Skywim
me.
came
So
out.
cool.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all fun though.
And finally, I'm excited to announce our first global fan art competition, the Multiverse Vistas, which will launch in May.
Yep, not an Asian
All
game
players are
without
welcome to participate,
art
and we'll be giving out
contest.
rewards. The competition will have 4 categories: video, painting, music, and cosplay. And we'll have some very popular and very talented guests serving as
Yeah,
judges.
putting on par with like what PSO have
It's,
done.
I'm always glad that we can do stuff like this because it helps bring the community to the forefront,
No,
right?
definitely, definitely.
That
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's a lot of
yeah.
great collabs
Technically,
like
like
that.
E3
That's
stuff
great.
also will
Yeah.
watch a lot of
Arts,
this
I
as
love it.
well.
And for more information about Multiverse Vista
You know,
and
since
any of
everything
the
is
events we
such
talked
on,
about
like, a
today,
timeline,
please check out our official Twitter,
And when
Facebook,
stuff
other
you
official
know,
social
get
media
pushed
accounts.
or anything, you know, get
And
padded
just
out.
Thanks for helping.
But that would
By the way,
also be
Sydney, with
another
all
good
these
example.
announcements.
Would be like
I'm
the
really
E3
excited about
showcase
Honkai
stuff
Star
like
Rail. I
IGN
hope you are
did,
too.
G4 did
And I
back
hope
in
you're
the
excited about
day,
all these
Fight
upcoming
TV did
events.
back in the day.
You are so welcome. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. And we're all looking forward to everything HoYoverse has
Game trailers.
planned this year. But it looks like we're reaching the end of our show. So I would like to toss it back to you in terms of thanking all of you for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It was really fun.
Definitely, same.
Cause I
I'm
would
glad
expect it to
you
be
guys
more like a
enjoyed today's
20-minute
launch show.
video,
It's
like
honestly a
here's
great
some
honor for
devs
me
and
to meet you,
showing off art,
and to meet all the
showing off
trailblazers
game.
around the world. We
said,
will
when I
continue
saw
to
the
work
stage, I'm
hard
like,
to bring
oh,
high quality
it's
game
gonna
content
be-
and rich
it's gonna be
activities
one of the
for the
events,
community
okay.
and our fans.
Are you just trying to rush home to play the game now as well?
No, I'm not in a hurry. I played this game plenty of times.
Well, with that, I'll end by saying that Honkai
Not a
Star
good-
Rail,
not
a
a
brand
good
new
sale,
free-to-play
Whitetail.
cross-platform space fantasy RPG, is now available on iOS,
Yep, there it is.
Android, and PC.
Yep.
The game is
Padding
also
for the
on
release.
the Epic Store and will also be coming to PS5 and PS4 in the near future.
No
I'm your
dates
host,
on that
Sydney
deal.
Goodman, along with Austin, Mark, and
That is
Lily
disappointing.
Pichu.
I was
Where
hoping
can
we
all
were going
find
to get a
you?
date out of.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter,
How about you want to bet they're going to announce
RDC World 1
it?
or Supreme
They're probably going
Dreams.
to announce that at
Really
Summer
cute.
Game Fest will be the console date.
And we will be seeing you next time. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was Patty and a half right there. Yeah, I would say like this event, like I'm honestly not that upset that we ended up missing this last night, because I feel like there was a little bit of like Patty, obviously Pichu. I think Pichu got some voices in this.
Yeah, make sure you
and
keep hitting that like button.
Yeah,
like,
do that.
like
It's gonna be going on YouTube in a few minutes, so good. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for telling YouTube to subscribe. Do it, YouTube. But yeah, a lot like Patty here. I kind of wish, honestly, because I kind of feel like this had like, especially it being going into the launch. Maybe this was one of them cases of like, hey, we just get like the content creator to guts or to talk about like, stuff not even relevant to the game itself. I'm just being more like, oh, they're gonna watch it, they're gonna hear the name like 5 times, and then also,
You have
also this
no
is
bitches.
I don't. Also, kind of feel like we're more into that camp, because I feel like honestly, there's like a lot of stuff, like especially when they started naming off like, oh, the badger, D pools. Like they could have easily. It might have been. It probably wasn't the case. It would have been like overwhelming, but also like, the people that like foamy at the mount, keeping up with every little detail of this. Maybe they didn't want to go into that, but I kind of feel like it would have been nice if they would have went a little bit more into like some of the mechanics, some of the stuff. But yeah, instead of being like kind of feel heavy, but. Nonetheless, at least the crossover stuff is nice. It just, once again, is very much for very, very Pacific people in certain regions. So, if you're in an area, I gotta go buy whatever the merch is. I'm kind of curious to see what the merch is. At least they could have done was show what merch they were selling. Because I don't know what they were selling beyond them saying they had merch at pop-up stores, but... I get that also be the other thing, but a lot of saying and not a lot of showing. I get also would be another thing here. But, nonetheless, we're still going to play this. We will see. Obviously, that it did not sell or detract. It just is. But, nonetheless, I think that will go ahead and do it for the launch show. And we'll probably get a release date on console. Probably at Game Fest in June, more than likely. So... like, favorite, and subscribe, chat. Also, since it will go up on YouTube. I am trapped here for 7 days, so if you've seen that video, we're in the 7 days. Probably longer. Who knows? Come on over to twitch.tv/Maconn. We're doing a subathon that is very quickly getting out of hand. So, either way, I will be in the next video for everybody on YouTube. Everybody here on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We are here. I'm still waking up, and we will get into Honkai. So yeah, don't go anywhere, chat.